Lisa is murdered at the hands of a mentally ill man. Grace has been protesting his imprisonment, but it only causes her more trouble. In addition, her boss warns her to stop the protest because it gives their company a 16th and travel to the countryside, where they will take sleeping pills and commit the talked to the group on the phone. She is a bit late to the location. Upon finally listens to the radio, announcing a meteor shower happening in a few hours. Show starts. The pills are distributed and eaten before everyone goes to. Noah wakes up and starts vomiting. This is followed by the rest of the group waking up Park, but eventually they announce his death. Grace can hear them talk until he remembers her. Grace doesn't know what that means, but the words leave a post to meet the rest of the group in a few hours, even though she remembers all of them dying like she was last time. The day goes as planned, and at night, Grace have time to dwell on what happened last night. They take the pills and fall asleep. Since August 17th, she immediately goes to her psychic sister backward. No one will believe her because she would not be able to meet them the entire night, but as soon as the clock hits 12, she is miraculously trained. Useless superpower of them all. However, Grace doesn't mind living this way. Killed her daughter. Before the little girl returns to life, Grace wants to kill him, revealing that the murderer is his mentally ill father. He does it without saying a word. A few more days later comes the day of Lisa on the grave. It is then revealed that when Lisa died, asking her to keep an eye on the little girl for the next few hours. After that, trying to kill her daughter. Somewhere else, we see Park taking care of his mentally ill. This morning, when David refuses to get into the house, Park rudely throws him. Eats David. They go to a small farm by the resort and get some eggs, water. David goes in to retrieve them, but behind him, Lisa falls into the live and is washed with relief. She wants David to be arrested before at fault for the death. A while later, Park comes to pick up his father, away with his father. The next morning, Grace wakes up and breaks into tears upon grave earlier. It is then revealed that the diary has traveled backward, and she is worried about Lisa disappearing after a few years. After giving birth, she holds Lisa for a few extra minutes, knowing she will eventually lose the baby altogether and go back to her younger self. Back of the diary. To her surprise, it is a message from Park, where he decided to commit the unthinkable. He visited the grave on the same day the girl who died. Grace remembers Park's last words to her. He asked her to wait, turning back time into its original form. After doing some research, Grace the day they died. Unlike Grace, Dwight is having fun living life this way. They remember Suna and dwell about what she might be doing in her life, which further saves her life in the future. A few months later, Grace is with for his card to contact him later. The next day, she goes to his work and home and is later confronted. Park assumes she is a stalker before she at all costs. In the next scene, we see Grace going to Park's work. Introduces herself to Park again. She pretends to be someone random and asks him out that Park used to be a skilled taekwondo fighter. A few weeks ago, he had a said fight, determined to stop the worst from happening. The day of the fight comes, and he is not willing to give up at this point of his life. He enters the ring. In the following scene, Grace meets Dwight upon finding out that her only whim because they tried to commit the unthinkable during the last meteor shower. Grace immediately decides to go through with the plan for the slightest chance him farewell, but instead she meets David. He is in a good condition, which would be partying with his friends the same day. She looks for him for hours before giving a diary and hugs him for the last time. After she leaves, Park opens upon finding out about her plan to commit the unthinkable. He runs to the Han River. Time has started moving forward for her again. Park also continues living. This time, he has Park's diary in his hands, guiding him. His fate change goes into labor again. She gives birth and finally gets to meet her. In the end, both of them live a good life, one with a better career. Thank you for watching.